You are wrong about something you do every single day. You think you use heat to cook, and you think that is the whole story. But right now, in your kitchen, something is cooking without any heat at all. And it has been cooking since before you went to sleep last night, without a single degree of heat touching it at any point. This is not unusual. This is happening in kitchens across the entire world. In Japan, in Italy, in Korea, in Peru, in Ethiopia, everywhere. So the title of this video is not wrong. It is pointing at something real. And by the end of this video, you will never see your kitchen the same way. To understand cold cooking, you first need to understand what heat actually does. Heat agitates molecules until they break apart and reform into new structures. That is all heat does. It is a delivery mechanism for molecular agitation. The food transforms because molecules break apart, not because of the fire itself. And here is the thing almost nobody thinks about. Molecules can be broken apart without heat, using completely different tools, each one agitating molecules through chemistry instead of through temperature. The result at the molecular level is identical. The food is cooked. Different road, same destination, and sometimes a better destination. Because cold transformation sometimes produces what heat would destroy. And this is where the story gets genuinely fascinating. You squeeze a lemon over a piece of raw fish right now. The acid in that juice is already beginning to denature the protein, unraveling the protein chains exactly the way heat would unravel them. Leave it for 20 minutes, and the fish is cooked, chemically and completely. Cut it open, and the texture, the color, the structure are all changed. This is exactly what ceviche is, acid performing the role of fire. And this method is at least 3,000 years old in South America. Acid does not just work on fish, it works on almost any protein. Vinegar, lemon, lime, orange, tomato, all acids, all capable of cooking. And if this is shifting something in how you think, subscribing means more of it. Now you take a piece of salmon and cover it in salt and sugar. You wrap it, you press it down, and you put it in the refrigerator. For 48 hours, nothing happens that you can see. But inside the wrapping, salt is pulling moisture out through osmosis. And as moisture leaves, the protein structure of the fish is changing. After 48 hours, you unwrap it, and it is gravlax. No heat touched it at any point. It cooked itself through salt alone. The Scandinavians have been doing this for over 1,000 years. Before refrigeration, they buried the salmon in the cold ground to press it. The word gravlax literally means grave salmon, buried and transformed underground. Now, you open a jar of kimchi from your refrigerator. This was raw cabbage 2 weeks ago, transformed by salt and bacteria. The bacteria consumed the sugars and produced lactic acid throughout, transforming raw vegetables into something preserved, complex, and alive. Humans don't always use heat to cook because chemistry is also cooking. Fermentation is the oldest cold cooking method humans ever discovered. Evidence of fermentation dates back at least 13,000 years. Before reliable fire, before agriculture, humans were fermenting food. They did not know what microorganisms were, they just knew the result worked. Today, fermentation produces some of the most complex flavors on Earth. Miso takes months, some cheeses take years, some wines take decades. A 12-year aged balsamic vinegar cannot be replicated with heat in any time. The transformation happening inside it over those years is chemically irreplaceable. You could boil grape juice for 12 years and get nothing like it, because time and living organisms do something temperature cannot do. This is the fundamental limit of heat that cold transformation does not share. Now you discover the strangest cold cooking method of all. You place the kiwi directly on the steak surface and wait 1 hour. The kiwi contains actinidin, an enzyme that dissolves meat protein directly. After 1 hour, you remove the kiwi and cook the steak. It is more tender than any steak you have ever eaten without this step. The kiwi did the structural work before the heat arrived to finish it. This is how great steakhouse chefs have been working for decades. Enzyme tenderization before cooking, cold transformation, enabling heat transformation. Neither one sufficient alone, both together producing the best possible result. Pineapple, papaya, figs, and ginger all contain similar meat-dissolving enzymes. Come back to your kitchen and look at it differently now. That yogurt in your fridge is bacteria transforming milk right now. That sourdough starter on your counter is alive and cooking at room temperature. The vinegar in your cabinet was wine, transformed by bacteria over weeks. The soy sauce beside your stove fermented for months before arriving there. 6 months of cold transformation in a barrel before you ever opened it. Your kitchen is not just a room with a stove in it. It is a laboratory of cold transformation happening continuously around you. Most of the transformation in your kitchen happens without the stove being on, and has been happening since before you woke up this morning. The assumption that heat is the definition of cooking is simply incomplete. Cooking is molecular transformation, and heat is just one way to cause it. Think about the last meal you made that involved no heat at all. The dressing you added was doing something to every leaf it touched, wilting the leaves slightly, breaking down the cell walls with acid, making the nutrients inside more accessible to your body than raw leaves alone. You were cooking that salad, you just were not using heat to do it. Every time you add lemon to raw fish, acid to meat, salt to vegetables, you are cooking, chemically, without any fire being involved at all. The title of this video is not wrong, it is pointing at something most people miss. Humans do cook without heat, every single day, in every single kitchen. The stove is not the kitchen, it is just the loudest part of the kitchen. Everything else has been quietly cooking all along, without making any noise. The fire helps, but the chemistry was always there first.